I know from firsthand experiences and from my friends that sit on interview teams for very large companies, they're persuaded very heavily to hire someone in a minority demographic versus someone that's white.
Yeah.
And as a Hispanic, I feel very weird doing that. You know, it
Hmm.
doesn't feel natural to me. And I know people get uncomfortable when you say reverse racism, but to me that's what it feels like. If you're hiring someone on the merit of just because their race and not at the merit of what they bring to the table or their credentials, their
Hmm.
resume and what they can accomplish for the team, then I feel like if you hire a person that's, just because of someone who is Asian or someone who's African American, then that person is always going to be known as like, it's like hiring somebody because their uncle is like the president of the company and, the nephew got hired on. Like
Yeah.
everyone in the group knows, all right, you're here because your uncle is the president. It's kind of the same.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing. There's almost like a lack of respect for that person, and I think that
Yeah.
person is kind of like maybe like held in to a
Hmm.
certain position or a job, and they won't be able to advance because they were hired for this particular role for this particular instance. I don't know if you feel
Yeah.
the same way.
Well, I think that's a very important observation. First of all, just as a person speaking as myself, not as president of a society that's concerned with universities, I think that it's frightening to me that people have lost the sense of how repellent it is to judge people by the color of their skin, their sexual orientation, whatever. I would hope that people just thought
Yeah.
that was just ugly. Um, but that isn't as president of the SAFs. That's not my main concern. We're a group that has to do with universities, and so our ideas, our discussion, our criticisms have to be focused on education, have to be focused on the values of a university. And I think this is where the points you were making came in. It used to be the case, it still is the case for many academics that they want, to the extent that people are judging them as people, they want to be judged for the quality of their work. They want to be judged for the quality of their teaching, the quality of their mentorship, the quality of their discussion, the quality of the research they do. This is what matters to them. And many are appalled when they discover that they're being held in esteem because of some non-academic quality, because of something that's irrelevant to the quality of their work, their teaching, their research, and the like. We had an article in our SAF's newsletter once about a man, a gay man, who was told once by one of his colleagues a few years after he was hired, we hired you because you're gay. And he said it felt like a slap in the face. He said,
Yeah.
I thought I was hired because I was not only a competent sociologist, but an exciting sociologist, that I was doing exciting work, that I was helping my students. I thought you hired me because you could see that. No, we hired you because of a personal characteristic. We wanted our department to have a gay man in it. So he was shocked and appalled by this. Why? Because he wanted to be understood as an academic. Now, even if your academic work is in some area that matters to you, Hispanic studies or queer studies or whatever, it's the quality of the work that matters to the academic. So one thing I fear is that some academics are losing that they want to be seen not only as an academic who is Black, but as a Black academic. And that somehow that is part of what they have to offer. Right, they have their race to offer as well as the quality of their work. Um, I think that's really unfortunate. It prevents us from talking to each other, from understanding each other. It can prevent us from working together. I'm sad if there are some academics who are not merely saying, well, it's to my advantage to reveal my race because it'll make me higher and I want to get a job, but ones who say, well, this is perfectly all right. I want to be understood as a member of some group of some category. But the other point you made, too, I think is right, that hiring on the basis of non-academic criteria, hiring on the basis of skin color, sexual preference, or whatever, rather than the quality of teaching or the quality of research, can slot people into categories and into groups, and then they have to fight to get out of them. It can also make other people want to judge their work on different and usually lower criteria, lower standards. And this is harmful for the university as a whole, I think.